What's going on? Back plugging again. What your boy the Prophet? Hey, yo, man. It's good to see ya. What's the word? What's the move? What's the play? Listen, today we're gonna be talking about extreme co-op. All right, you guys know what's up. Right now we're on PvP recalibration or recalculation, as well as guild quest. So we have about 2.5 hours before extreme co-op drops. So the first session of extreme co-op is 1 hour after PvP reset. My bad. So it's 1 hour after PvP reset. So for me, in Eastern time, that's going to be 6 p.m. And, you know, if you're in the West Coast, that'll be 3 p.m. for you. I don't know many other time zones, okay? So just know that regardless of what time it is for you right now, 1 hour after PvP and Guild Quest reset, the first extreme co-op is going on. You only qualify for extreme co-op if you're 7th seat PvP to 3rd seat PvP. There's some massive differences between the two, and we're going to talk about what are the best characters to use, what should you be doing, and what should you not be doing in extreme co-op. I'm not going to drop the intro for you guys today, as I'm just going to try and pack this video with as much information in roughly 10 minutes as possible. So we'll go ahead with it. So as I said, you have to be in 7th seat to, 7th seat and above. If you're 8th seat, you can't make it. All right. So I will say for sure that 3rd seed extreme co-op is about 10 times better than 7th seed extreme co-op. The main reason being because 3rd seed extreme co-op guarantees 2 brushes at the highest level, when 7th seed extreme co-op guarantees no editing brushes. Editing brushes are only guaranteed with extra stages. And other than that, it's like a 5% drop, if that. So yeah, you're not going to be getting very many editing brushes in 7th seed extreme co-op, but it is the best time to get powders and power hearts and books and stuff like that. So this time it's heart boosted, meaning all of your heart characters are going to have boosted attributes, boosted stats, and if you're using a character that's not heart, you're going to have half the stats. Don't ever use any character for extreme co-op that's not the specific attribute. Doesn't matter how powerful they are, even with max transcendence, whatever. They're not going to be. You're literally losing half of your stats. It's just no. Okay. So we're going to be looking at it, and there's some really big points about extreme co-op. Is there are enemies that have 100% range resistance or 100% melee resistance. What that means is you generally need 2 ranged and 2 melee units to be able to sufficiently clear extreme co-op in the quickest amount of time possible. We'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, so the killers that you want to have are going to be Hollow Killer and Non-Affiliation Killer. I will say, guys, let me stress this. Killer is not as important in extreme co-op as per se IZ. In extreme co-op, all heart attribute characters are boosted. So killer is still a flat 20%, not a flat 20%, but it's still 20%, the same as it always is. There's no magnification for killer, whereas you're boosted like 40% per attribute. So that means if you have a character that's max transcended, or let's just say you have a defense substat, like let's hope 4, dupes or whatever. If you have a level 10 defense, especially if someone has a boost, you're going to be getting hit for 1 damage. So it's going to be really, really incredible. So that's why I want to stress to you guys, use your units with the highest transcendence. Since it's hollow and no affiliation just means, listen, use whatever you want. Because no affiliation killers are pretty bad, except Mugetsu in most cases. So yeah, and hollow killers are pretty lacking for heart as well. Heart hollow killers is one of the most underloved killers right now, literally. I mean, we'll look at it in a moment. But notice that they do have Soul Reaper Killer. So most of the best units are going to be taking additional damage. That also leads me to what I said earlier. Use whoever you have the most transcendence with. If you got a Heart Toshiro and he's 505 and you actually worked on him, use him. Now, if you got a character 505 and you didn't work on the slots, you may as well just use a character you have level 10 SP, whatever, So that's pretty much it. There's going to be fire hazards and poison hazards. So if you have any links that are like SAR plus fire reduction or SAR plus poison reduction, they'll be really, really good this extreme co-op. And I may cover those as well. These are the bosses. All the bosses are Soul Reapers, of course. Meaning, well, yeah, actually, yeah, pretty much every hollow is a Soul Reaper. So, yeah, literally, Soul Reaper Killer is actually going to be one of the best things to use because the bosses are the hardest things to kill, and every boss is going to be a Soul Reaper. Pretty much. I mean, there you go. These are the time slots. This, let me see here. Yeah, these are the time slots in Japanese time. So these don't correlate with the times that I have specifically. But one extreme co-op time I will say is there's one also 1 hour after news reset. So for me, that's 3 a.m. Eastern. For Pacific people in the US, that's going to be midnight. So there's going to be an extreme co-op for me at 4 a.m., for y'all 1 a.m., and then just whenever your corresponding times are. 1 hour after a banner would come or news would come. Those are the two guaranteed ones. And yeah, so the time schedule is right there. So if you want to convert the JST time to yours, be my guest. We'll go ahead and get into the units. These are, of course, the drops. I just want to show you guys that. And 7 City Stream Co-op is really good for, you can still clear the shop. The shop is like really baby, not much. It's just like it's like half of Chronicle Quest. So it's literally not even a full-length shop, which is a huge mistake, for real. But yeah, so this is the stuff in the shop. You can use 7C Extreme Co-op to clear the shop as well. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys my units, and we're going to just put it on linked by, well, I guess I can keep it like this. Yeah, guys, I'm telling you, just use whoever your most powerful heart character is, okay? If they have a round card killer, they're going to be least effective. No Affiliation, Hollow Killer, and Soul Reaper Killer are really going to be the ones you're going to want to aim for. But if you don't have one of those killers and you got a max Transcended like Nanao or Apache or Retsu, you know, use them. You got a max Transcendent Senjumaru. Use her. Like, use whoever you have the most Transcendence with. I will say, do not use Flurry characters in Extreme Co-op. Tokinata may be the exception because he has a boost, but don't chappy any character you're using in Extreme Co-op. It slows your clear times down, okay? It slows them down. Don't do it. Extreme Co-op is all about time. Your time is your biggest asset in Extreme Co-op. You only have a 2-hour window. So if you can get 90 runs in 2 hours to give yourself the most chance at editing brushes, if that's what you're going for, or at extra stages, you know, we do about 90 runs in about those 2 hours, generally. Anywhere between 70 and 90 runs because we run resets. We're only looking for the specific accessory tickets that come with each Extreme Co-op. I'll show you guys why. Look at how many editing brushes I have. All right. I have sold more editing brushes. Well, I've sold about 3,000. And since I do reset runs, which that means if you don't get an extra stage, you quit out the run. You do that to give yourself the most chance at those extra stages, which guarantee 3-star accessory tickets, which can give you the highest chance at getting a gold item at that specific color. So people like me and a lot of veterans, we don't really need editing brushes more as we're trying to give ourselves a chance at those gold accessories. So like I said, guys, use the character you have the most Transcendence with. I haven't decided who I'll be using exactly. It doesn't really matter. I might use my Mugetsu though. He's 4-5. But characters that are going to be exceptionally good are going to be Mugetsu. He's going to be exceptionally good. The only person that's going to technically be better than Mugetsu to use for Extreme Co-op is this Shuhei. Not to say that he's the best heart character all around. He specializes in Extreme Co-op. Why? Because he has 100% chance to nullify melee resistance. That means if you have a room of 4 Shuhei or a room with 1 Shuhei, you will be able to 100% clear everything in Extreme Co-op with no difficulties and not lose any damage anywhere. So those enemies that yeah, if he didn't have this skill, 100% chance to nullify melee resistance, if he didn't have that, he wouldn't be able to clear a full extreme co-op. If you don't have a ranged and melee character, at least one of each, it's impossible to clear extreme co-op without having this skill. So this is either nullify range or melee resistance, marauder or sharpshooter. All do this same thing for extreme co-op. Keep that in mind. There are no characters with marauder or sharpshooter, just him with the nullify melee resistance for this extreme co-op. So mind you, Shuhei is really going to be the best character. Even though he doesn't necessarily have the best kit, his soul bomb hits like crazy, and he has a 100% chance to nullify melee resistance. The most notable characters for melee, as I said, is going to be Mugetsu. Heart Yoruichi is going to be good because I have her max transcended. We were doing 49-second clear times, Heart Extreme Co-op last time. Any character that has Soul Reaper Killer and max transcendence, that has Frenzy, okay? Now, you're even going to get a lot of people that are going to just run Tokinata because he's max transcended. And that's still a good option. You know, if you have a max transcendent Tokinata, just don't chappy him. Just don't chappy him. Unless you're literally in a group and you guys are all running autos. You know, I know people that they run extreme co-op when they work. So they just set up a room and say auto room. And everybody comes with the idea to auto. You just hope people revive, okay? But yeah, this Kenpachi is going to be very good. Desert Society Rookie is going to be very good. This Retsu is going to be good with some Transcendence, of course. Grimjow, if you have to use him, he's going to be solid, very solid, but run him hybrid with the Tension Tie. It's just better not to run a Flurry character, though. Mayuri is going to be very good because Soul Reaper Killer. Heart Tosh is going to be pretty solid as well. Already mentioned True Bankai Ichigo. TT Renji is going to be he's going to be really good in this as well. And that's pretty much it. You don't want to be using anybody lower than like TT Renji. Also, this Ichigo is good if you have dupes in him, which you probably don't. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Ruruka is going to be okay because she's ranged. Not very many great ranged options. Yeah, Tokinata, there's going to be a lot of people using Tokinata for range because range sucks. Then you're going to see some people probably using this Kita who have no clue. It's their first time in Extreme Co-op. They're like, oh, he has Hollow Killer. Isn't he good? No, okay? If you bring this Kita, people are going to close the room on you. No cap. And when you say no NAD, that means no normal attack character. So that means no Kita, no Toki, no Grim, no Soy Phone, okay? If someone is specifically asking you not to bring normal attack damage characters, don't bring them to their room. You know, if you want to run normal attack damage characters, fine, host your own room, all right? I'm just saying, some people don't like normal attack characters because they really, really care about their time. Your time is everything. Somebody could not revive in the last run, and that stops you from being able to start another run. Does that make sense? That could be an extra stage, or that could be 8 editing brushes, you know, that could give you your max roll that you've been looking for. That could be your gold accessory you've been looking for. So just be mindful of other people's times. Never, ever, ever, ever grab the soul bomb in the extra stage if you're not the host. Do everything you can not to grab that soul bomb if you are not hosting. The host is the only one that can effectively kill multiple waves at once. So a host soul bomb can clear an entire room. Your soul bomb can only clear one wave. So it's very important that when you use your soul bombs, you make sure that the bosses you're trying to kill are on the screen right now if you're not host. But that's the video. I'll go ahead and end it here. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Prophet Nation, do love y'all. I'm out.